Newcastle United.
It's a good turn. Finish! What is happening, YouTube? Welcome to episode 2 of the career mode with Newcastle United. We're going to kickstart the season tonight and play the first game against Arsenal. But before we do all that, we're going to just have a quick flick through the menus, get some players up on the transfer list, and also do a bit of scouting on some youngsters ready for January. And have a quick flick through at some dead wood that we can get rid of. I'm looking at you, Dwight Gale. So, we've got 4 keepers. And so, number 1, we don't want to be getting rid of him. Woodman is currently on loan at Swansea City. 22 years of age. Rob Elliott, age 33. He is third choice, I believe. Carl Darlow, second right. So, we're not going to be touching any of the keepers. So, left wing back. Joe Williams, he's currently on loan. Matt Ritchie just recently come back from injury. Has that something special? Right, he's not going to be going anywhere. So, Lazar, he's on loan. Danny Rose, he's on loan. Gibson, how old is he? So, he's 22. Overall 60 at the moment. Currently set as a prospect, but at the age of 22, I'd like to think he'd be higher than a 60. So, but having said that, Danny Rose is on loan. He's not permanent. And neither is Jetro. So, don't really want to be cutting myself too short there. So, we're going to keep hold of him. Callum Watts on loan at Mansfield. Florian, he is 28. 78 overall. Classed as an important player. But for some reason, I haven't come across him yet. Fernandez, age 30, overall 78. Now, from what I can remember, he has got 0 pace. He is... wrong one. Where is he? Fernandez. I'm going to add him to the transfer list. I'm going to look to get rid of him ASAP. Paul Dummett. Again, as I said in the previous episode, I'm not a fan of Paul Dummett. He is going on the transfer list as well. So that would leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4 centre-half options. That will do. So then we have Jamie Sterry, overall 59, and he's currently the age of 23. Squad role prospect, but at the age of 23, I cannot see him improving a great deal. Not at Premier League standard anyway. So that... In fact, we'll add him to the loan list. We'll try and get him out on loan, and we'll look back at that in 12 months' time. Emil, 24, overall 73. Well, let's keep hold of him. Yedlin, 26, overall 75. And Kilo, he can play left wing back as well as right wing back. Age 25, overall 75. Keep hold of him. Lazaro, he's on loan. Age 23, overall 77. So we've got 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We've got 5 right backs. Bearing in mind 1 is on loan. But we are not going to need 5 right backs. So I'm going to look to move him on. Moving down to the CDMs. Jack Colback, overall 66, 29. Not a fan of Jack Colback in any way, shape or form. Plus he's ex-Sunderland, so... doesn't fit into my selection. Let's get him on the transfer list. Isaac Hayden, important player. He won't be going anywhere. Maximin, key player. Definitely not going anywhere. Christian Atsu, classed as rotation at the moment, but he's going to be an important player for me in this series. As is Sean Longstaff. Bentaleb. So we've transfer listed Colback. We've kept hold of Hayden. Longstaff. Bentaleb. Matty Longstaff. John Joe Shelvey. So he's on loan at Rotherham. Age 28, overall 70. This fella is going on the transfer list. Again, overall 70 is not going to be what I need in the Premier League. I need more than that from this chap. He's 28. He's not going to improve a great deal. So let's move him on. Almiron, key player, overall 78, age 25. He's going nowhere. Rolando Allen, he's currently on loan at Motherwell. Jacob Murphy on loan at Sheffield Wednesday. Dwight Gale. I don't want to cut myself short here. as much as Dwight Gale frustrated me so much in that pre-season tournament, I really don't want to cut myself short here. But I need a bigger budget. So we've got Sorensen, age 19, overall 60. He can improve. He could and can improve. Andy Carroll, a plan B at best. No pace whatsoever. Muto, key player for me, Joel Linton. So for me, I'm only going to be looking to play one striker. So Joel Linton's going to be my main striker. Muto is probably going to be my second option. Andy Carroll is going to be my plan B, with Sorensen being the up-and-coming. So Dwight Gale, thanks for your services, but goodbye. We've got some young players in there that have got the potential to improve. We've hopefully trimmed the squad down somewhat. Get a bit more money for that transfer market in January. But as it stands, obviously we'll have all these players available, but at least other teams can come in, or other clubs, can come in and take the pick, basically. So let's go down to the global transfer network, and as it stands, I've currently got 4 scouts scouting all over Europe. We can't make any signings, as you know. The transfer window for the summer is disabled, so only January is available, but we're going to have plenty of players to look at in January when it comes. We'll move over to the instructions. So at the moment, we've got a pacey, prolific striker, a part of the instructions for the scouts. We've got a first-team quality free-kick specialist. We've got a first-team quality striker, but we've also got any position first-team quality with a contract remaining of 0 to 1. So basically, what that means is that once January comes around, contracts are going to be slowly running out, and hopefully we can pick up a gem. So they're the instructions that we've got set from now till Jan. Hopefully we come back in January and then we'll have plenty of options to have a look at. So let's move on and let's check out the objectives for this season. Let's go a little bit more in depth in the objectives. So youth development. The youth development, within 2 seasons, we must have at least one player from the youth academy signed in the first season, play at least 50% of the games in the next season. We currently have remaining 2 seasons to hit that target. I don't think that's going to be a problem. My aim is to get some youth players in. We want to try and build on that. The budget at Newcastle was not massive. Newcastle are renowned for not spending a great deal of money, so that is going to be important. Brand exposure, sign 1 crucial first-team player assigned to a midfielder or forward position. Well, the scouts are currently looking for a first-team quality striker, so that in the short term should be easy enough. Long term, within 3 seasons, increase season ticket holders with at least 10% of the stadium's capacity. Well, my aim is to try and hit Champions League football. At best, Europa League. At least Europa League. So I would like to think with them achievements and hopefully a cup final along the way, season ticket percentage shouldn't be too big a task. Continental success, as it stands, is low, but this series, as I've stated before, we are looking to get continental success. That's the idea. That's the aim of the game. We want to sustain it. We want to get Newcastle back at the top of the table and finishing in that top 6, or ideally top 4. Domestic success, Premier League, finish mid-table first season. To be honest, obviously that for Newcastle is probably realistic, but like I've just said, the aim of the game is to get into that Champions League places. Not going to be easy, but mid-table is a realistic objective. So the Emirates FA Cup reached the round 16. That's easy enough. You always tend to pick up the smaller sides in the early stage of the FA Cup, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. Obviously, you will have the Carabao Cup, or League Cup as it's called sometimes. That's not stated on here, but again, it's a cup that we want to take serious. We want some we want to get some trophies. We want to take a couple of trips to Wembley. Everyone loves a trip to Wembley. Financial, finish the season with profit margin of 11%. Well, if we can sell some players in January, if we can get rid of some of the dead wood that I've just put on the transfer market, then that's going to be a good start. So these objectives here, I think, are realistic, and that is really why I chose Newcastle. Not only because I think Newcastle are a big club, big fan base, and we want to get up into the European places, but these objectives here are realistic, and I don't fear that my job will be under any form of threat anytime soon. Board expectations. These are the finances for the season. Transfer budget is 25.15 million. As I stated in the previous episode, that is not a massive budget. That can be quite easily blown on one player. Chances are it's going to be on a striker. That's where we're lacking. We didn't score enough goals in the pre-season tournament. Defensively, we didn't look too bad, conceded some sloppy goals, but all the games were relatively tight. We wasn't embarrassed. Played some top clubs in that tournament, so a striker is definitely what we're going to be looking to get. As speaking of the previous episode, if you haven't already seen it, make sure you jump in, watch it from start to finish, give it a like, share, drop a comment in the box. You know what to do. But also, if you enjoy all the content on this channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There's going to be plenty more of these episodes. We're looking to take on this career mode at 100 miles an hour. I want to get, see how far we can really go. Chuck your suggestions in the comment box. Player suggestions, different formations, maybe team instructions. I'm all ears. I'm willing to listen to anything that you've got to suggest. So let's move over to the squad. And we're going to jump into the tactics and instructions. So tactics at the moment is set to balanced. Pressure on the heavy touch. I usually like to play that, but at times I do feel you can find yourself a little bit out of position. So I'm not going to use this option just yet. Press after the possession loss. Big fan of that. It's similar to the pressure on the heavy touch, but not everyone kind of pulls themselves out of position. So it's a better option, but let's have a quick. Constant pressure is okay if you've got players that are going to back it up. At the moment, I don't feel that we have. I do feel if we have constant pressure set on, players are going to get tired, they're going to get fatigued. The back four, two centre-halves especially, aren't the quickest. If they find themselves out of position, I'm going to be in no end of trouble. So constant pressure is not a defensive style that I'm going to want. Drop back. I don't want to be too negative, so I'm not going to be choosing that. And then we'll come back to balanced. So I think we're going to leave it on balance to start with. The width, I'm really going to stretch this out. I like to play with loads of width. We're going to play with a one striker to start with, but we are going to have a left forward and a right forward. So we do need as much width as we possibly can. We're just going to knock the depth up just to 1. We don't want to come too deep, but we don't want to be too high up the field. 2 centre-halves, as I've said, no pace at all. We don't want to find ourselves caught out there. So that is where we're going to set the depth. Offensive style is not going to be long ball. Fast build-up. That is an option that I have used before, but the only problem with that is if you do lose possession, you can be hit on the counter-attack quite quickly. So again, we've got to be careful, and every pass has got to be precise. And so let's just have a flick through possession. Are we going to be a possession-based side? I don't think we've got the players capable for it, so we're going to give that one a miss, and then we come back around to balance. So I'm going to stick with balanced again. I don't think you can go far wrong with balance. I think we can assess the first half of the season and see where we're at. We may need to tinker this during the season when we get some better players in. But as it stands, balanced on the offensive and balanced on the defence. I don't think you can go far wrong. Again, on the offence, we're gonna go wide. On the defence, we're going to stay wide as well. So because we're going to pack that midfield and we're going to have them 3 forwards. We want to keep both the offensive and the defence wide, so we're not getting overrun on the wide positions. So players in the box, just going to notch that up just to 1, just so I've got 3 players in the box. Ideally, that will be either my 2 forwards and the striker. If it's the forward going out wide, it's going to be a late runner from the centre midfielders. So 3 players in the box should cause a few problems from corners. Notch that up 1. 4 players in the box, 3 kicks. Again, just notch it up the 1 to the 4. And that is how we're going to start with the tactics for at least probably the first half of the season. As we are, like I say, Newcastle, the players, they aren't We haven't got fantastic players. We've got capable players, but we aren't the Man City or Arsenal of this world. So let's just keep things as balanced as we can. Let's not overcomplicate things, and we'll move on from there. So let's move over to the roles. And in this formation, we just need to change the formation back before we do that. So we're going to go for the 4-3-1. No, not the 4-3-1-2. I think it's the 4-3-2-1. That's the one. We've got left forward, right forward, striker, and 3 centre mid. Go. So in the roles, we're going to not touch the back four. Apart from, we're just going to make the interceptions aggressive, but we'll leave everything else on default. But we just want the players to be getting in there, trying to set the ball, creating a counter attack. So we've got the back four to be on the front foot from the get-go, send to the midfield. Let's keep the interceptions on aggressive. The left-hand side, I'm going to keep it more balanced. The support on crosses is going to stay on default. We'll move over to Shelby, who's not going to be usually playing there. It's going to be Isaac Hayden. He is going to be on aggressive interceptions, and he's going to stay back. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to have get forward. On the crosses, we're going to get him into the box. And on the interceptions, we're going to make them aggressive. So on the right forward, support runs, we want him to get in behind. Oh, sorry, not drift wide. Yeah, we do want him to drift wide. And then the attacking runs, we want him to get in behind and then make his interceptions aggressive. Joel Linton, we want him to stay central. We want him to hold up the ball and his interceptions aggressive. And then on the left-hand side, similar as the right-hand side, I want him to drift wide, get in behind, and aggressive interceptions. So everything is all set up for the season. We just need to make sure that the start 11 is what we want. So let's just have a flick through it then. Players that we didn't realise were available. So let's get moved onto the bench. And we're going to swap him with Dwight Gale. We're going to bring in... Oh, no, there we go. There he is. So bring him onto the bench for Kieran Clark. And we're going to have Bentaleb, Muto, Longstaff, Richie Carroll, Florent, and Lazaro on the bench. Have we got any other options in here? It doesn't look... Oh, let's bring this... I'm going to swap him for Bentaleb. Just purely on the basis that his stamina is a lot higher for the time being. So let's just swap Hayden and Shelby. Almiron is going to stay there on the right side of the centre midfield 3. St. Maximin on the left, Atsu on the right, Joelinton up top, Rose, Scott, Lascelles, and Yedlin as the back 4. We're pretty much set up. I'm happy with the tactics. I'm happy with the instructions. Save that. I'm happy with the transfer list. Let's jump into the training. So, add drill. We want Joelinton in there. And we want him to get him on some shooting drills. We'll get him on beat the goalkeeper. And we shall bring in a winger, and we'll get St. Maximin in, and for him, get him on the dribbling, 1v1, add another drill, let's keep him going, let's get this young chap here, let's see what potential we can really get him. So, get him on the attacking scenarios, and let's get a centre back in there. I think we should pick out Lascelles as soon as he's improving, and we'll get him on the pass interception drill. Last one, and we're going to go for fullbacks. We're going to go for Yedlin, and we'll go for defending again and rookie defending scenarios. So simulate all. There we go. Lovely stuff there. That's all the training finished. That's my tactics sorted. The transfers are all sorted. The squad's starting to shape up. My scouts are in place. The scouts have gone away over Europe to pick out some potential gems. So let's move on to the first game of the season, which I believe is Arsenal. So we've had enough of Federico Fernandez, age 30. His current value is 7.5. Borussia Dortmund are offering between 6.5 and 9.6. They're saying I can negotiate the deal, and in all honesty, I'm more than happy to accept the offer of 7.7. That'll do me very nice. Borussia Dortmund. Juan Fernandez, really? Have they seen how slow he is? Well, I'll take that. 7.7, straight in the bank. Some people might raise their eyebrows at that, but he is 30 years of age, and I am not keen on having a centre-half that has got the pace below 70. So he can move on, and let's get started again. Let's get one day closer to the first day of the season. So we've had another offer come in. Again, this Joe, he's age 28, he's overall 70, he's on 19 grand a week, value of 1.6. They're offering 1.7. I did reject the initial offer of 1.6 from Feyenoord, but another offer's just come in, and in all honesty, I am strongly considering accepting that offer. In fact, I am going to accept that offer from Freiburg. 1.7.5. It's another good bit of business. He's not going to play a great deal, especially in the system that we're playing. So, 2 offers accepted, a bit of money coming in for January. It's starting to shape up really nicely, and let's hope we can finally get into the first game of the season. And FC Porto have come in for Paul Dummett. I never ever thought I would be saying that. FC Porto have just come in for Paul Dummett. His value is 7 million. They've offered 7.9. He's on 30 grand and a half a week. Well, accepting that, no second thoughts. That is unbelievable. Some of the money being thrown about already. So Real Sociedad have now come in with an offer of 7.7. It's still above his value, so I'll be accepting that. Another offer for Paul Dummett. I'm not quite sure what these European clubs seeing him, but I'm not complaining. So I've had an offer come in for Dwight Gale now, Levante. Again, Dwight Gale's value is 6 million, and they've offered 6.2. So again, going to be accepting that. Really trimming down the deadwood now. So it's starting to take shape, and the next message I've just received in the notifications that the Fernandez deal has gone through. 7.7 million to Borussia Dortmund. So the profit objective is already looking doable. Jack Colback, value of 500,000. I've been offered 380,000. Do I really want to negotiate? Do I really want to mess around with a player that's 29, has gone overall of 66? No, I don't. So I'm going to be accepting that offer. Get rid. Goodbye, Jack Colback. As you can see, all these deals are slowly going through. But I've had 2 more for Jack Colback, all in the region of the same price. No second thoughts. Get it accepted. Let's get him gone. Let's get them all gone before the start of the season so we can start afresh. Talks of Jack Colback's move to LAFC are broken down as they couldn't reach agreeable terms as a result. Okay, they've pulled out. We've had more than one offer, so let's hope that can go through smoothly without any more issues. So, pre-match conferences. Let's attend the pre-match conference. The Premier League is just about to start, and here we go. Let's see
guys.
what the media
We're
have got to say.
We're going to get started with questions any minute now.
So how does the pre-season impact the squad ahead of their first competitive match? I have faith in the team, and I have faith in my team's ability to go out there and do the job. I've been training them on so they're well prepared. Good answer. Does the team have the fight to avoid an embarrassment finishing in a low position? Well, I hope we don't find ourselves in there. Can the team avoid finishing in a low position? This squad is more than capable. So the morale's going up nicely. Everything seems to be going relatively smoothly. First press conference. Will you buy some players to the end of the transfer window? Well, as it stands, I've disabled it, so We can't tell that to the media, but I'm going to tell them that we're all good over the pitch. I am happy with the squad as it stands.
Okay, guys, we'll be wrapping up now. Thank you for attending.
So I've just answered some questions without even opening my mouth. That's fantastic. I wish I'd known how I could do that. So first game of the season, we're at home to Arsenal, Sunday, August the 11th. Looks like we're on the Super Sunday over on Sky Sports. So let's kickstart that. It's going to be the only game that we show on this episode, guys. So let's get plenty of highlights and let's hope for a win. So here we go, guys, and let's watch the intro for the Premier League's first game of the season here. And let's check out both lineups.
Martin Tyler here, Alan Smith sitting alongside me. Premier League football right at the start of the brand new season for both these teams. It's Newcastle United against Arsenal.
At the famous St James's Park. It's a full house. The atmosphere is bouncing. So, Arsenal's player to watch, and Aubameyang, well, that's quite obvious.
Well, he's got those wonderful assets of being lightning quick, Martin, but a fine, deadly finisher. And we might just see that out here today.
Have a great day. Newcastle United.
So here we go with the lineups. We've got Dubravka in goal, Yedlin, Lascelles, Scar, Danny Rose, Almiron, Hayden and Shelby in that midfield three, and the front three of Atsu, Maximin and Joel Linton. And this is how we're going to shape up in the 4-3-2-1 with a left forward and a right forward. So let's have a look at Arsenal. We had Leno in goal, Bellerin, Sakarakis, David Luiz, Tierney, Xhaka, Torreira, Pepe, Ozil, Aubameyang and Saka up top. Now the only surprise there is Saka starting up top and Lacazette on the bench. But I'm going to take it. So here we go then. Lovely pitch. Sunny afternoon here in August. Let's get going.
Really looking forward to this game as Newcastle.
Go on, Atsu.
Nothing wrong with the industry of the team. That little bit of
Oh, it's a good little
inspiration
turn. Oh, he needs to play the pass in there. There's a good early chance. And we've dived in. It's not. Keeper's got to commit. No, keeper, get back in your. Oh, we're in trouble here. We're in trouble here. Pepe's come bouncing down. That's a great finish. If you commit players forward, that's what happens. He's picked him out really well. Ozil. He don't miss from there. Let's not let our heads drop. Good opposition for Arsenal. They're not going to make it easy for us. John Joe Shelby. Oh, it's a good chance.
That's out of danger there with that clearance.
Last thing I need is Aubameyang running down the wing here. Might have to take a yellow card.
Leicester City did score in that match, and they now lead by that goal. 1-0.
Good inception. No. Trying to play it through the eye of a needle. It's not kind of paid off. Aubameyang's just walking past me like I'm not even there. Nice to get it back. Robbing a lot of the ball. He just not seems to be creating a great deal. That's an ambitious. It's a good ball, but it's a bad first touch. That is. Jesus Christ. He's got his boots. Concrete. Oh, Maximin's not having his best first game for the club. Oof. They've opened me up far too easy there. And that's the difference at the moment. They seem to be really finding that space in behind. Again, just penned in. Oh, great save. That is a fantastic save. That could be the difference, that could right there. That is a great save.
Corner's taken. Only partially cleared, so
Oh, what an hit.
difficult technique.
That is a
He didn't quite
rock.
catch it.
Yeah, fair play.
He's caught that very well. So, quick reflection on the first
That was
half.
spot on from Mesut Ozil in
Had
the
lots
first
of the
half.
ball. Not created any real dangerous opportunity. We've had a couple of touches in their box, but not really caused them any concern. Arsenal on the other hand, they've played the counter attack. They've played it well.
Really looking
Complete
forward to
sucker
this
punch
game
when
as
Ozil
Newcastle
scores
get
that
it
goal,
underway.
but when they go forward, they are looking dangerous. So let's hope we can turn it around in the second half. We're going to make one change, and we're going to take off Joelinton for Muto. Hopefully just add a bit of pace up there, and we're just going to change the instructions, and we're going to change him to a... We're going to get him in behind. Let's hopefully... William run is in behind, let's stretch him. Second half, here we go. Good football. It's better.
In the direction of what's coming up on EA Sports for you. Our coverage of the Premier League fixture. Newcastle United.
It's a good turn. Finish! Oh, Muto, he's come on in the second half within 5 minutes. He has smashed it straight into the bottom left corner. He has just turned round to the manager and said, "Why are you not starting me?" And I'm sat here thinking, I have no idea. No idea. I've been playing Dwight Gale and Joelinton throughout the pre-season tournament, and Muto's just come on and turned Sakaratis like he's not even there. What a finish. Game on. Really got the tails up. That's just running into space. Can he find him? He's been pushed. Ref, that's going to be a penalty, surely. He's pulled me down. Referee. Mark Dean, anyone, whoever's there. VAR. Is VAR even on this? Good turn from Muto again. He's run into danger though. And Newcastle are really upping the game now. Really upping it. Arsenal are stretched. They want a breather. They can't find it. Newcastle are just coming forward at any opportunity, and that's not the pass I wanted. That is not the pass I wanted there, Shelby. Come on. Giving it away again. It's sloppy. We're rushing it. Oh, that's a chance. That is a let-off, and he's being subbed. Here comes Lacazette. Now, this is where there's going to be trouble. This is where the problem's going to be. Lacazette is a great striker. Front three of Aubameyang, Pepe, and Lacazette. Now, if this doesn't cause me problems, then I do not know what will.
Decided to take a short corner this time.
Oh! And there's physicist in Muto's feet. Oh, it's Maximin that's up there. It doesn't matter.
John Joe Shelby. To Maximin.
I need movement. There's nothing there. That's just gone running off in behind the players, which is... Yeah, that's all well and good, but you can't pass through people. Right, time to make a change, and we're going to make the first one, and Isaac Hayden is going to come off for Longstaff. I'm going to bring on Matt Ritchie in that left wing back for Rose. Going to make all 3 changes, and we're going to bring on... We'll leave it at that. Oh, brought Muto on at half time, so all 3 changes have now been made. Great knock. Need options. Great turn.
Here is Almiron.
Almiron. Oh, David Luiz.
Important job for the defender.
Another good turn. He's run into danger though.
It's got away from him. Yoshinori Muto.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yedlin's on the overlap. Muto! Oh, what a save! Oh my good grief, that is the chance to get the 3 points at the first game of this day. Is a great save. If we don't win the game, that is the talking point. What a save. Matt Ritchie, fantastic work. That is not so much. John Joe Shelby has not been at his game today. He's recovered well. No, not there. Matt Ritchie running down the line. Let's open him up a bit. There's no options. I'm going to have to turn back. Let's keep the ball. It's the last few minutes. If we can find a winner here. Maximin! Oh, he's hit the post! Oh my God, how many times? Look at that. Oh my God. We've really piled on the pressure in these final minutes. He knows that's a chance missed. And there is final whistle. Not a bad result. Good performance from the boys. Sloppy first half, which probably cost us overall. But second half came out firing. Muto's come on and he's made the difference. He's going to be pushing for a start in the next game, that's for sure. It's yeah, disappointed not to get all 3 points, but overall, I would say that. And looking at the statistics, it doesn't do as much justice. I thought we were better than that, but you know, you guys will see for yourself. This second half, I thought we were much better. So let's head into the post-match interview before we sign off.
We've got time for a few questions.
Yeah, can't see why not. Is a draw in your debut at Newcastle a good enough result to please you? Well, as I've just said, I would probably say it's not the end of the world. The season's a marathon, not a sprint. One of them two, but we'll go with draw isn't the end of the world. It's still in the first game, and the draw isn't the end of the world. I felt we played fairly well. The positives outweigh the negatives, so I can be happy with that. I'd say that's a fair comment. Amron is continuing his hot running form. How satisfied are you with his performance today? I thought he played quite well, personally. He didn't do a lot wrong. He didn't do anything spectacular, but it was a steady performance. I would probably say we've got to keep the momentum going, so we must keep momentum, that'll do. We need Miguel to keep his good momentum going as long as he possibly did well today, but being able to... Okay, I was reading that, but it's just disappeared. At half-time, did you expect to get a draw? I'd probably say I did. I thought we played particularly well. We weren't great in the first half, but we weren't abysmal. We had a lot of the ball, didn't create a great amount, but enough to probably get a point. So I'd probably say I expected at least a draw. And I would read that all to you guys, but it'll probably ping off and I completely forgot what it said. Thank you. So guys, we're going to sign off that episode on the first game of the season there. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please drop a like and a comment. You know, share this video. But also, if you enjoy all the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Appreciate the support. It goes a long way. We try our best to give as much content as possible to you guys. There'll be plenty more of these episodes coming daily, if not every other day. Of the career mode, but make sure you keep an eye out for other different parts of our channel. It goes a long way. So, as always, thank you for watching. Ciao for now.